Meanwhile, Jake, Ezekiel, Logan, Maria, and Pablo were on their way to Andrew's house, ready to finally save Austin. Jake and Logan were playing a round of Call of Duty when they noticed Pablo looking depressed as he looked at photos of him and Austin on his phone. Thinking about Austin again? Asked Jake. I don't know, said Pablo in a depressed mood. We've never been apart this long. Not since the incident with Alex. Don't worry, said Logan. We're gonna save him, I promise you. Thanks, guys, said Pablo, feeling better. I was wrong about you. I thought you guys were low-life scumbags who let fame get to their heads, but you don't seem like it. You're actually really cool. The Cougar brothers smiled after Pablo said that, glad that their feud was finally over. Oh, I can't wait to see Austin, said Pablo happily. As soon as we save him, I'm going to fix this whole mess between us and apologize. Guys, said Maria, we're here. The boys looked outside the window of the train that they were traveling on and saw it. Andrew's house. A Neverland Ranch-style paradise, complete with a petting zoo. After the heroes got off the train, they all went into a huddle. Okay, guys, said Maria, we need a plan to get into the house properly. From what I've heard, Andrew has been making pig-chick hybrid soldiers to do his bidding. I have an idea, said Logan as he took out a couple of Pizza Man disguises. A few seconds later, Pablo, Jake, and Logan were at the door, disguised as Pizza Men. Go on, guys, said Maria. We'll inspect the backyard. The threesome nodded, and Pablo knocked on the door. But surprisingly enough, it wasn't the chick pigs that answered the door. It was Andrew that answered the door. Hello, said Andrew. Pizza delivery, said Pablo, trying to be as believable as possible in his Pizza Man disguise. Wow, you must be Pablo, said Andrew happily. I've heard so much about you from Austin. Yeah, said Pablo, dumbfounded that Andrew could tell it was him. This is just a side hustle I picked up to pay the bills, you know. Anyways, can we come in? Oh, sir, said Andrew, letting the threesome in. Any friend of Austin's is a friend of mine. Jake, Pablo, and Logan walked into Andrew's house and looked around, hoping to know where Austin was. So, said Pablo, I heard that there was some noise coming from his house last night. Were you okay? Was there an earthquake? A tornado? Noisy neighbors? Oh, no, said Andrew. Me and Austin were just building a robot suit to conquer the world. Say what? Asked Jake. Yeah, said Andrew. I still need to get my revenge on everyone for ruining me, so after Austin rubbed my big, strong muscles, we went to work on creating this. Pablo's eyes widened in shock and anger at that statement. Did Austin not love him anymore? Was his new boyfriend Andrew? Or was it a case of fake it till you make it? Andrew pressed a button on the wall and opened, revealing the suit that he and Austin had made earlier. Everyone looked in amazement at the suit, almost like they were looking at the pyramids of Giza. Pretty cool, right? Said Andrew. Austin said I needed a suit to enhance my muscles, so with his help, I made a suit that can make your muscles bigger and bigger with the push of a button. There are 4 modes. Wimpy Boy, Strong Bear, Hairy Beast for the ladies, and the most powerful of them all, Ultimate Bear, Lion, Tiger, Beast mode. That's the one I'm going to use. With this suit, I will get my revenge on everyone who is against me. What happens to them in this apocalyptic world of yours? Asked Jake. I'll use them as a food source, as a source of fuel for cars, maybe even as entertainment, said Andrew with a laugh. You know how they used to have dog shows or horse races? I was thinking that we could have police officer races or overprotective mother shows or even adoption clinic circuses or something like that. I don't know yet. I'll think of something stupid. I think we should have them as pets, said Logan, who got a smack from Pablo in response to that. Honestly, I'm open to all ideas, said Andrew. Anything you can think of that's demeaning and stupid, pitch it to me. But do so ASAP, because come tomorrow morning at Comic-Con, we show the world who's boss. Pablo, Logan, and Jake walked with Andrew to his car, where he loaded up the suit and a few other things, with help from the chick pigs. Andrew, said Pablo, about to ask the $1,000,000 question, what if we think that this plan is trash and we don't want any part of it? Just being hypothetical here. That would mean that I was wrong about you and Austin, said Andrew angrily. You're not as cool as I thought you were. That would piss me off. Oh, I was joking, said Pablo, laughing nervously. Oh, said Andrew. That's good. Pablo, watch the house. Jake and Logan, you're riding with me. And because I'm not sure if you two can drive, I'm going to have a chick pigs drive. Okay, said Logan before he whispered to Pablo. Find Austin. We'll hold them off for as long as we can. Pablo nodded as Logan and Jake began the long haul to Comic-Con with Andrew and the chick pigs. As soon as they left, Pablo called Maria and Ezekiel in a fit of rage. So, did you get any information on this plan? Asked Maria. Yeah, said Pablo. He wants to use a robot suit that Austin helped him create to get revenge on everyone who ruined him. Then he wants to have police officer races. Oh no, said Ezekiel in horror. Although I do think I would win. I do have the legs for running. You'd have to run with a person on top of you, Ezekiel, said Maria. That makes it worse, said Ezekiel. Also, quick side note, I would like to report a murder of a muscle-rubbing purple kangaroo in 5 minutes, said Pablo, getting angrier with every word before he hung up to find Austin. When I find Austin, I will beat him to a pulp and go to jail willingly. Meanwhile, Jake and Logan were in the car with the chick pigs, who were way too busy fighting over the radio stations to notice them. Bro, said Logan, how are we going to save Austin now? The chick pigs are right there, and Andrew is right next to us in his car. I'll think of something, said Jake as he turned over to the chick pigs. Hey guys, how about something that we can all listen to? At that moment, Jake turned on the song that everyone loves, What's Up by 4 Non-Blonde Bears. The chick pigs clucked and oinked in happiness after the song turned on. They all started singing along to this song in the form of clucks and oinks. Now pause the story, because I need to give you an idea of what that would sound like. Back, 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 oink, oink, back, oink, back, 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 oink, 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 back, back, oink, oink, back, back, oink, oink, back, back, back. Very cringe, right? I thought so. Anyways, while the chick pigs were doing their karaoke session, Jake used a long stick conveniently placed in the car to slam on the brake and launch all of the chick pigs from the car. The chick pigs screamed as they were all launched into the lake. Andrew noticed this and instantly stopped his car and rushed out to check on them. My babies! My beautiful piggy chick babies! Said Andrew before he turned to Jake and Logan angrily. Hey, you heard the chick pigs! I heard you! Oh boy, drive, Jake, drive! Yelled Logan as Jake instantly slammed on the gas and started driving fast. The chase was on. Not only at Andrew's house with Pablo trying to find Austin, but with the Cougar brothers trying to evade Andrew. Both wanted to get their own way, but the difference between the Cougar brothers and Pablo was that the Cougar brothers made a dumb decision to get them in their mess, while Pablo was trying to find his fiancée to save him before he reprimanded him for rubbing Andrew's muscles. Jake's driving was reckless. He carelessly hit everything in his path. From trees to cars to even road workers, he was 10 times worse than SpongeBob when it came to hitting everything. Dude, you're a horrible driver, yelled Logan. I don't even have a license, yelled Jake. At that moment, Andrew burst open the door of the car, causing the two cougars to scream. Here's Andy, yelled Andrew as he tried to take the wheel from Jake. You're only making this harder for yourself, you know. But Comic-Con, out of all places, for a psychopathic scheme, yelled Jake. That seems very petty, doesn't it? Not as petty as this, yelled Andrew as he steered the wheel into the forest. The Cougar brothers screamed as they crashed into some trees. Then they crashed into a river. Then, after floating down the river, they drove straight into a pretty recognizable cabin, filled with an expired supply of jerky. Of course we end up back here, said Andrew with a sigh. Wait, said Jake and Sock. Is this back to where my problems started? Yelled Andrew as he pushed Jake and Logan into Alex's bed, confirming that they were in fact in Alex's cabin. Meanwhile, Pablo finally found the room that Austin was in. The penguin was as red as a beet and was ready to beat Austin's head in, or the pillow that he thought was Austin. Austin! Yelled Pablo as he went to the bed and shook, quote-unquote, Austin. Wake up! I got a bone to pick with you, muscle rubber! At that moment, Pablo grabbed, quote-unquote, Austin and realized that it was just a pillow with Austin's shirt on it. Pablo began to hyperventilate. Then he began a full-fledged breakdown. No! 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 Yelled Pablo through tears. Austin! Meanwhile, back at Alex's cabin, Jake and Logan were having a standoff with Andrew. The tension was like that out of a Western movie. You seriously don't know what your friend did to me? Yelled Andrew. No, said Jake. Tell us, why do you hate Pablo so much? Well, said Andrew as he began his story, I was on top of the world. I was the best video game designer in the world, designing games such as Super Chick Sisters, Pokemon Black and Blue, Pokemon Red, White, and Blue, and Super Tofu Boy. I was also one of the best comedians in the world, with several HBO specials and 2 performances for the president under my belt. I was about to get my first movie role in Shrek 5, until one day my brother was accused of kidnapping and murdering kids in this very cabin. Most notably, a hippo, a penguin, a kangaroo, a moose, and a pink goat thing that no one knows exactly what it is. But guess who was the one to suffer? Me! And my lasso! People had picket lines a mile long. They hit me with bagels! You know, said Jake, a lot of different people hit a lot of different performers with a lot of different food. It's 2023, dude. Get with the times. Oh, you make your flippy floppy hippity hippity hop jokes, and everyone loves them, said Andrew, getting angrier and angrier. But no one knows what it's like to be on the other end of them. What? I'm just trying to lighten the mood, said Jake. Shut up, yelled Andrew. I was in the execution room when Pablo and Austin put sparks in my brother's head. Thanks to them, I lost my job. No one will book me. I can't leave the house without getting harassed. And I can't open my phone without getting hate. They did this to me. I'll make them respect. At that point, Logan hit Andrew in the balls, causing him to fall into the floor. Then Jake and Logan drove back to Andrew's house and saw a distraught Pablo, officers getting the chiquettes out, and Chief Napoleon praising Maria and Ezekiel. Hey, said the chief, talking to Maria. Great work today. Thanks, said Maria before she noticed the Cougar brothers. Boys, you're back! Where's Austin, Pablo? Asked Logan. Pablo just looked more distraught. Pablo, asked Maria, worried for her friend. Where's Austin? Pablo held up Austin's shirt, causing everyone to gasp and sock. And he said 4 words that broke everyone's hearts. We were too late. Maria in anger looked at the Cougar brothers, most likely blaming them for the mess they were in. Nice going, said Maria with anger in her voice as the Cougar brothers just stared on, depressed and feeling like failures.